10 best seaside towns in the UK that locals love. The United Kingdom is blessed with a coastline stretching more than 11,000 miles, dotted with towns that hug the sea. Some are colourful harbour villages, others bustling resorts, and many are places that locals treasure more than tourists ever realise. From the rolling waves of Cornwall to the rugged shores of Northern Ireland, the seaside towns here are rich with history, charm, and community. These are the 10 best seaside towns in the UK that locals love, arranged from 10 to 1. 10. Ballycastle, Northern Ireland. At the edge of County Antrim's Causeway coast lies Ballycastle, a charming seaside town that has captured the hearts of locals for generations. Unlike its neighbour Portrush, which often draws more tourists, Ballycastle is quieter and more authentic. Its beach stretches along the bay with golden sands perfect for walks, picnics, or family gatherings. From here, Rathlin Island is visible on the horizon, a short ferry ride away, offering bird colonies and wild landscapes. Locals cherish the town's fresh seafood, traditional harbour, and the Old Lammas Fair, one of Ireland's oldest fairs, celebrated for over 4 centuries. Ballycastle's strength is its sense of place. It isn't polished into a tourist facade. It's lived in, loved, and woven into daily life. For many Northern Irish families, summer memories begin with days spent at Ballycastle Beach. That local devotion secures its place among the best seaside towns in Northern Ireland. 9. Oban, Scotland. Known as the gateway to the Isles, Oban is a seaside town on Scotland's west coast that locals adore. With its sweeping bay, working harbour, and island views, Oban feels both traditional and dramatic. Locals especially treasure the seafood. From fresh scallops to lobsters, the harbour stalls serve dishes that taste like the sea itself. Add in Oban Distillery, one of Scotland's smallest yet most historic whisky makers, and you've got a town that blends coastal flavour with national pride. But Oban is more than food. The ferries that sail to Mull, Iona and the Hebrides give it an adventurous spirit. Residents know it as the perfect starting point for journeys while still being a destination in its own right. For Scots, Oban is more than a port. It's a cherished seaside community. 8. Southwold, England. On the Suffolk coast, Southwold is a quintessential English seaside town where tradition and eccentricity happily coexist. Its colourful beach huts line the shore like sentries, instantly recognisable in photos and postcards. The pier adds character, but not in the usual way. Instead of typical amusements, it houses quirky contraptions and eccentric inventions, turning a stroll along its length into a uniquely Southwold experience. Locals are especially proud of Adnam's Brewery, a fixture in the town for more than a century. It gives Southwold a distinct identity, rooted in craftsmanship and community. Combined with its sandy beach, lighthouse and thriving art scene, Southwold feels like a town built for locals first, visitors second. One reason it remains one of the best seaside towns in England. 7. Portstewart, Northern Ireland. Portstewart is a family favourite in Northern Ireland, famous for its long stretch of beach, Portstewart Strand, backed by wild sand dunes. For generations, families have flocked here for barbecues, sandcastles, and lazy summer afternoons. Its promenade is another highlight. Cafes, ice cream parlours and restaurants line the waterfront, including the iconic Morelli's Ice Cream, serving locals since 1911. Surfing has become increasingly popular here, making Portstewart a hub for water sports as well as quiet relaxation. What locals love most is that Portstewart retains its balance, lively enough to entertain, but not overwhelmed by tourism. It feels safe, family-oriented, and rooted in tradition. It's little wonder Portstewart is celebrated as one of the best seaside towns in Northern Ireland that locals love. 6. Llandudno, Wales. Nicknamed the Queen of the Welsh Resorts, Llandudno offers Victorian elegance with a lively spirit. Its sweeping promenade is framed by pastel hotels and backed by the dramatic limestone cliffs of the Great Orme. Locals love the heritage tramway that winds to the summit of the Great Orme, offering panoramic views and the chance to spot the famous Kashmiri goats that roam freely. The pier, the longest in Wales, offers amusement arcades, candy stalls, and plenty of traditional fun. Llandudno is not only about entertainment, it has a timeless feel, blending history, architecture, and nature in one seaside package. Welsh families often describe it as a town where childhood summers linger forever. Without question, it ranks among the best seaside towns in Wales. 5. Whitstable, England. Whitstable, sitting on the North Kent coast, has become one of England's most beloved seaside towns, precisely because of its authenticity. While visitors come for the famous oysters, locals appreciate its slower rhythm and creative spirit. The Whitstable Oyster Festival each summer is a highlight, but the town has charms year-round. Tankerton slopes provide views across the sea, while colourful beach huts create a distinctly English charm. Independent shops and art galleries line the high street, giving Whitstable a character rooted in community. Unlike larger seaside resorts, Whitstable feels intimate. Locals often say it's not just about the beach, but the friendships, traditions, and lifestyle. That spirit ensures Whitstable holds a firm spot on any list of the best seaside towns in the UK. 4. St Ives, England. St Ives in Cornwall is a golden jewel on Britain's southern coastline. Locals love its 4 beaches: Porthmeor for surfing, Porthminster for families, Harbour Beach for its central charm, and Porthgwydden for peace and quiet. Each has its own loyal following. Beyond sand and surf, St Ives thrives as a cultural hub. The Tate St Ives and Barbara Hepworth Museum celebrate its artistic heritage, while galleries and studios reflect the creativity that has long drawn artists to the town. Locals also value the foodie scene. From fresh seafood stalls to fine dining, St Ives offers flavours as rich as its scenery. To Cornish families, it's not just a tourist destination, it's home to tradition, identity, and pride. That balance secures it as one of the best seaside towns in England locals love. 3. Tenby, Wales. Tenby is perhaps Wales's most photographed seaside town, and locals adore it for good reason. Its pastel-coloured Georgian houses overlook sandy beaches and a historic harbour, while medieval walls still encircle the old town. Inside the walls, narrow cobbled streets brim with shops, cafes, and ice cream parlours. On summer days, Castle Beach and North Beach come alive with families. For locals, Tenby is more than scenery, it's tradition. Generations have spent summers here, creating memories that stretch across decades. Boat trips to nearby Caldy Island add another layer of charm, while dolphins and seals spotted offshore give it natural wonder. With beauty, history, and strong community spirit, Tenby stands proudly as one of the best seaside towns in Wales that locals truly love. 2. Whitby, England. On the Yorkshire coast, Whitby is a town where history, mystery, and community meet. Locals cherish its dramatic cliffs, Gothic Abbey, and working harbour. Whitby Abbey inspired Bram Stoker's Dracula, but for locals, its real treasures are simpler. Fish and chips, Magpie Cafe is a local favourite, the swing bridge over the River Esk, and the bustling Market Square. Twice a year, the Whitby Goth Weekend transforms the town into a spectacle, but even then it retains its traditional character. Families return year after year for seaside holidays rooted in history. For Yorkshire locals, Whitby is not only a town, but a way of life, rightly among the best seaside towns in England and the UK. 1. Brighton, England. At the top of the list is Brighton, often called London by the Sea. For locals, Brighton is more than a resort. It's a lifestyle. The Pebble Beach and seafront promenade are lively year-round. Brighton Pier stands as a symbol of seaside entertainment filled with arcades and rides. But locals also treasure the eclectic lanes, where independent shops and hidden cafes give the town its quirky identity. Brighton's culture is unmatched. Festivals, music, nightlife and arts thrive here, making it a seaside destination with global flair. For those who live nearby, it's a source of pride, energy and endless things to do. That's why Brighton is not only one of the best seaside towns in England, it's the best seaside town in the UK that locals love. From the pastel streets of Tenby to the buzzing lanes of Brighton, the 10 best seaside towns in the UK that locals love reveal a coastline rich with tradition, character and charm. These towns are more than holiday spots. They're places where communities thrive, memories are made, and the spirit of the British seaside continues to shine. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and turn on the notification bell.